Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful week and that you had a nice weekend. We're heading into Module 5, so let's take a look at some of the learning materials, the general overview, and what will be expected of you in this module. So we are exiting the first two phases of the HCD process, the ideation phase and the inspiration phase, and now we're actually moving into implementation. So this is it. You're actually going to start building things. You're going to start putting stuff into practice. You've been planning and carefully plotting for so long. Now you actually get to do the work. So this part is super, super important. This is where you are going to actually begin to pilot your work. Now, I just want everybody to kind of understand the difference between a prototype and a pilot. So a prototype is like the actual product that you're going to build. It's just an example of how your project is going to work. So like the solution, like what does this look like when done? So think if any of you are fans of Brene Brown, I think I've mentioned how much of a fan I am of her before. Dr. Brown says, paint done for me. So think about what done looks like. What does a perfect solution look like? But then I want you to actually go back and think about how can I plan this so that it will run long enough for me to collect actionable data and to make any pivots that I need to. This is iteration. So you're going to do that, and you're going to use this template in the next page to actually start putting your pilot together. So let's take a look at like time on task first. So today you should read the video module, read all your materials, take notes, make sure that you're doing this. I'm seeing a lot better work, which is good. A lot more references to the readings. Remember, you just click on this tab right here and it will take you to the readings. Everything is really kind of nested under the IDEO website, so it's all very easy to find. Remember to quote it directly and also to paraphrase. So I suggest also opening up the Purdue OWL, the OWL, and seeing how APA 7 formatting works. You'll work on your internship activities various days of the week and your project implementation, as well as getting feedback on your pilot work. And then Saturday and Sunday, finalize your HCD work and submit your timesheet. Also get your Yellow Dig posts. Make sure that you're participating in those Yellow Dig posts. And then finally, tangential to this is to complete your Ed Studies program outcome work. And I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far. The level of detail has been great. The tying it back to, our standards for learning is wonderful. You guys are just doing a great job on that. So I do appreciate that. And let's go on to the next piece. So this is your pilot template. You're going to need to open this up, make a copy of it, obviously. Now, again, I'm going to emphasize this. It says, please list the readings and how, why each was helpful for this HCD activity. And when I say list, it's not literally that verb like listed in bullet format. What I want to see is narrative format. So several paragraphs, well-formed paragraphs of what you wrote, and I want you to incorporate evidence from the text. Then you need to go on to logistics. And logistics, this is the stuff that's like, I love this stuff. I love the planning and the project management piece of this. So I really do want to see some well thought out, well articulated plans here. For example, what will your staff look like? If you don't have staff, how could you get staff? In a perfect world, paint done for me. What does your staff look like? How many people are there? What kind of diversity is there? What kind of good thinking do they bring to the table? Make sure that you also think about where this is going to take place, the supplies that you need. Think about your competition, the audience, your marketing, and then also think about any type of way that you would evaluate this. And this evaluation is a critical step in the HCD process. You have to measure progress. The idea here is a change in state. There was once one thing, you worked on something, you made some changes to it, and now there's a different outcome. So in all learning, what we want to see is a change in behavior. That's what this might be. It might be a change in numbers. It might be a change in targeted outcomes. It just, there needs to be some way to measure that change, okay? And then please be very verbose with sharing your ideas, all right? This is a really important piece of this process because you're moving into this final phase. We're halfway through the semester. You should be working hard on your internships at this point. You should know your supervisors and have had lots of meetings with people. So now is no longer the time for, well, I'm thinking about doing this, so I might do this. No, this has to be like, make the decision of what you want to do. Now, how that kind of plays out over the next months, that's going to be different. That it's okay if there are little tweaks, and that's what we call iteration. So don't worry about that. But you have to have a direction at this point. You have to pick a direction. Okay. All right, so let's go on to the next assignment. So here's your yellow dig. Make sure that you're engaging in those yellow dig conversations. And then, of course, your timesheet entry. These are getting better, but once again, I will emphasize that in that last column on the right-hand side of the timesheet, I want you to wrap your text. So you just have to go up to where it says, I think it's either column J or K. Click on that, right click on it, and there's a whole bunch of formatting options. Just wrap the text. I've even sent you out a video from a previous course instructor who did a Loom video like this one to share how to properly format that column. The expectation is there. Those of you who are doing it, great. Keep doing what you're doing. But for those of you who are still like unsure about this, I am giving you feedback on it. Please make sure that you are writing verbose summaries. Please make sure that you are calculating your hours, and please make sure that you are wrapping that text. Okay, those are the things that I'm expecting to see here in this next week. And for those of you who are struggling, reach out. Please contact me. I'm available for you. Okay. All right. So that's your timesheet. Now, the last piece. I'm not sure why we went on to module 6 here, but let's go back. Here's your timesheet. There's your yellow dig. There's your pilot. Let's see. Okay, so there's no place to turn in, it looks like, your Ed Studies program outcome work due in Module 6. So that's due in Module 6, but you need to keep working on that, okay? If you have any questions about that, please let me know. I'm here to help. Always reach out through Slack. Make sure that you are making an appointment with me via my Calendly link. You can find that on the contacts page of our Canvas course here. Good luck, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'm looking forward to seeing the first phase of the implementation